One important thing to understand is that with all of these solutions, whenever you talk about decentralized, a lot of these solutions still have single points of failures. So the web currently, as you understand it, is not really the World Wide Web, it's the commercial web. A lot of the technologies that you're using right now are centralized in nature. AWS just went down. We talked about that with Christopher yesterday, and then also the other day Facebook went down, and some of the other first servers like WhatsApp went down. And the reason why they went down is because they also still rely on centralized services such as addressing and such as storage, such as compute, and are reliant on different data centers. All of these elements of what we call the World Wide Web today are being built today. The most important primitive here is the primitive that we call, or that most people call identity. I call it something entirely different because I'm a lawyer, and this really has nothing to do with identity, but we'll expand on that. But the larger point here is there's a lot of primitives that they're in a very early innings that will make up the decentralized finance stack, but they're very, very, very early at this time. So the simplest primitive, funny enough, is money. And so from a VC's perspective, I keep telling people it's a great day when the simplest technology that you're investing is all the money in the world. So money has been digital for decades. So as far as I'm concerned, the default medium of exchange has been bytes for decades. From a technologist perspective, the unit of account is really an interface function. So if you want to see the price of your Bitcoins in US dollar, you see it in US dollars. And if you go to your settings and want to change it to euros or yen, that obviously doesn't change your Bitcoin holdings. So the larger point there being is there's a difference of how these bytes are being stored, and we're going to get into that. And that is the key difference. So the one thing that I probably should have mentioned in the first slide, the single reason for blockchains to exist is to move control over bytes from A to B without creating a copy, or what Satoshi called solving the double spend problem, or what mathematicians call the Byzantine general problem. This is what the Bitcoin white paper solved. So another comparison to drive this point home, everybody will know PayPal. PayPal has 26,000 employees and has transaction volumes under $1 trillion. I'm not going to read all the stats. You can read them at your leisure. And then a platform, again, it's a little bit apples to oranges, but it still points out the capacity of these new type of smart contract platforms like Ethereum. They have less than 100 full-time employees and higher transaction volumes on their chain already. And most people will know kind of the current bottlenecks there, but there's many, many solutions that are working on these bottlenecks today.